Good evening. So, back before I moved here, and I had a lot more leisure time, I used to play some more video games than I do now, and especially role-playing games on the computer. Like Skyrim or something like that. And the things I liked about these games were that you can leveling up felt so rewarding in those games. So you'd fight bad guys or collect new stuff or do stuff so that you can get to the next level and you could unlock new abilities. And each time it was like a dopamine rush was going through my brain. It was so fun. And I think that they designed these games like that on purpose, to hook you in and get you to enjoy the process of leveling up. And it's not extremely hard. But then after a while, especially if COVID just happens to strike and you're stuck at home and you're sucked into it for a week at a time, you then begin to kind of see through, and you're like, this is kind of pointless to just play a game just so you can level up again and again. And I felt and then it kind of ruined video games for me after that, to be honest. And I've not enjoyed it as much because now I feel like a lot of the time, if I'm just trying to level up, I'm wasting my time. And then I thought, if I could do this and actually level up on things in real life, so to speak, level up on my ability to read, or my ability to run or be stronger, or whatever it is. And then I thought, even that is vain in this life. And I think so many of us might not be able to see through that. And I know I still have trouble seeing through that. Because a lot of the time we think, how much more can I acquire? And so today I want to leave you with one thought, and the thought of contentment, and that the fact that it fights idolatry in our lives. If we turn to Hebrews chapter 13, we read in verse 5, "Make sure that your character is free from the love of money, being content with what you have." So here, he says, be content. Do not have a lust for money. Whatever you have, say whatever you have is enough. In other places in the Bible, Paul says in Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 7 that covetousness is idolatry. And so if we are covetousness, we are lusting after another god, another thing, and exalting it to a place where it shouldn't be. And we need to get rid of that. And the way we do this is by destroying it through being content. And by putting God in His proper place in our lives. And so but it's such a struggle, though. We are so busy wanting to acquire more, to gain more wealth for ourselves, to get more stuff on our shelves, and to put more things in our closet. We spend more time flipping through pages on our browser and on Amazon or eBay than flipping through the pages of our Bible. We covet and we want to fill our shelves and fill our closets and fill our garages with stuff, but then at the end of the day, after we acquire all that stuff, we're left empty and isolated from the things that we buy, knowing that none of this, it will ever be enough for us. And so we look here and say, we can be content with what we have right now. We don't have to buy into this lie that the world tells us that says we need more. You need to buy our product. You need to have this experience, or you're not really a part of our society, or you're not really that important. Because it says here in that verse in Hebrews chapter 13, he says, "Be content with what you have, for He Himself has said, I will never desert you, nor will I ever forsake you." So we have that assurance that when we don't have something, God is still there with us. We have Him in our lives. And He is not going to desert us or leave us for any reason. And we can confidently say, and and know that the Lord is my helper. I will not be afraid. What can a person do to me now? So we don't need to be afraid of what society tells us. What can society tell me? God is on my side. God is with me. That is all. He is all I need. And that is a truth that I hope we will meditate on. Let it sink in, because it's a hard, difficult truth for us to process and truly live in our lives. And so that is my thought for you tonight, is be content. And the next time you find yourself mindlessly browsing on Amazon or in the mall, think about this and think about when will it ever be enough? When will you ever not need stuff? And I hope that you can realize that you don't ever need it in the first place because you have God. If there are any needs tonight, whether you are a Christian seeking help or a non-Christian seeking help, we would love for you to come to us and to tell us about that, and we would love to help you as much as we can. And if you have any needs, please come as we stand and sing this invitation song.